structure that is being made. This is good.
That's a bit. That's all right. That's not, I just put it in. It's changed on a Tuesday.
Your thing upstairs.
Yeah.
Just this view here.
Can you go through the background, like just before we go inside? There will be a very quick pad check. You see on the way, okay?
Okay, can we go back to the way, please?
Next up is the ice scan and the fingerprints and the level test. We're good to go then. I'll show you the class. You might know, you might not. Yeah, I don't know. Don't worry. Okay, this way. Yeah. It's on the cold side, isn't it?
Where is this? It's
Good morning, Mr. Matt, how are you? Okay, Mr. Matt, how are you? Ah, it's not getting big words. Are we all here? Really? Okay, does anybody know where we are? Because I haven't got a clue. I'm lost again. Yes, spot on. Yes, we've obviously been here before. Well done. Yeah, this is called the executive boardroom. This is where the very, very important people will be on the match day. And by that, I mean the club's owners, John Henry, Tom Bennett, they'll be here before the game. Club ambassadors as well, like Kane Agnish, Ian Rush, Phil Thompson, Alan Kelly, David Dermott, Bobby Fowler, all these guys, they'll be here as well. Now, if you can imagine the old, you remember the old main stand where it used to look like? The director's box we had there. There were just 44 red seats, just pad out, very bland, very basic. And inside, all we had was one room, sometimes two, where you'd have a cup of tea, a glass of wine and a sandwich. That was it. That's all we could offer to all these directors. That's all we could do. But we knocked that down in May, and we built this in its place, in its stead. So now we are number one in executive design in European football. Number one. Very, very top. I mean, even now, it's not as glamorous as it normally is, believe it or not. Normally we've got the crystal glasses out, we've got all the crockery out as well, lovely cup. We've got the nicest forks in the Premier League as well. Officially, they are. If the forks are out here, you would walk in and you wouldn't look at any of this, you just go, aren't they lovely forks? They're lovely forks, that's the first thing, the only thing you remember. I promise you, they're stunning. Stunning. I mean, anything you want as well, anything, we've got it here as well. Anything at all. So what's this way, what do you want right now, mate? Okay, what does he want? Just ask him what he wants. Okay. What does he want? Nothing? You don't want nothing? Well, no matter what it is you want, mate, we've got it for you. We've got everything here. Anything, Lego slipper bricks, we've got everything you want. Any kind of caviar, lobster, any bottle of champagne in the world, we've got it here. Anything. In fact, so much so, it does come at a cost to sit here. You can't sit here, by the way. You can buy a seat. We allocated 50 ounces to the general public. Anybody want to hazard a guess at how much it costs to sit in this one seat here?
Like 250.
250. 250.
5 grand.
5 grand. Yeah. £25,000. Wow. Sit there for one seat. £25,000. But when you're going to have two, my love, because you can't just buy one, you've got to buy two. So really, it is £50,000. But you can't just buy them for one season. You've got to buy them in blocks of 2. So it's £100,000. But these are lovely forks. It's well read. No, you get it all back. These forks. Yeah. Come back next year and see these forks. Stunning forks. So once you've had your food here, you drink your champagne, you then go out and you sit in the executive boardroom seats which are outside here. The best view of the pitch, the best seat in the house, I promise you that. Okay, so we'll go to you. Come on, I don't even call the place. Follow.
Not that bad. This is gonna feel my friend.
Mucho, está gorgeous.
You can sit down if you want. So I can't feel my face now. This stand here behind me, in front of you, that's called the Centenary. Many years ago it was called the Kevin Road, or the Kemi as we call it here, the Kemi Road. All it was back then was that bottom tier, very short, very small stand. But in 1992, our club was 100 years old, so as a gift to ourselves, we added on the second tier. And the 32 executive boxes you see in the centre as well. That's why it's called the Centenary, for obvious reasons, 100 years. Now if you look at the boxes in particular, if you can just get past the sunlight there, which we're not used to ourselves, you have 2 boxes there, 2 large boxes. The bottom of those 2 is the TV studio. That's where Sky Sports will set up on a match day. That's where the pundits will be as well. People like Graham Souness, Jimmy Carragher, Phil Neville, Gary Neville as well. BBC will be in there as well. If it's an FA Cup game, the match of the day will be set up in there as well. Gary Lineker will be in there with. Oh, you love that show. Gary Lineker, Mark Ronson, Danny Murphy, Jermaine Genius, Peter Schmeichel, Alan Shearer, so on and so forth. This large box on the right is the police control room. That's where the eyes and ears of the stadium are. All the cameras operating from there as well. We've got over 1,000 cameras now in the stadium, all sporadically placed watching. everywhere. Watching you probably now as well. Definitely watching you. Oh, you can't escape these cameras. We can find you anywhere, any nuts, any cameras we've got here, we can zoom right in. Even outside the stand, outside the stadium, we can follow you from here for quite a while. That's how good these cameras are, we can zoom right in. In fact, if you're on your phone, and I've seen it myself, if you're texting on your phone, we can see what you're texting.
What?
And that's astonishing. Scary. You don't believe me? If you're having an affair, be careful. We're onto you. You know, you can't hide from us. You can't do it. In fact, we can zoom right in. We can see what colour your eyes are. Honestly, we're right there. You can't see us. We're right there. We can see you. There's the point you're trying to make. They can see what you're thinking. They're very expensive. I recommend you get one. 10 grand. They are Dixons. Now, let's stand here on your right. We all know now what's called. We'll head down there in a little while, but for now I'll give you a minute or two to get some photos here, and then we'll go back inside and we'll sneak our way through the stand itself. Okay? Any questions?
How does it hold?
Because I can't feel my mind.
How does it hold?
The entire stadium, it's 54, just over 54,000. 76.
My question is, could you please take a picture?
Yeah, Rush. Wow. Sammy, yeah.
If you wonder what these numbers are,
Yeah.
on the back of the chair, it's not the amount of international caps the player has got.
Oh, I see. Beat the man.
This is when the players will be about an hour after each game, when they've had the showers and then finish all the media commitments. We come through after all the images come through. If you sit here, have some pasta, have some chicken from the buffet on the table there. The wives and the girlfriends will be here waiting for them. Not at the same time. Unless it's Chelsea, I don't know. And the kids will be here as well. The kids will always, in fact, the kids will be in the creche, just after all that. There's no toys in there, we just actually, there is no toys. We just throw them in and watch. It's an hour, isn't it? It's a lot. But back in the day, the Players' Lounge, it wasn't about meeting up with the wife or the kids, it wasn't about that, it was about having a beer. It was about having a drink after the game with your teammates. I mean, a lot, copious amounts of beer. Especially from the 1960s up until the very early 1990s. That was its only purpose, the Players' Lounge, beer. I mean, lots of it. Think about those players as well, through those 30 years. There's Ian Callaghan, there's just about Billy Little as well, there's Emlyn Hughes, John Toshak, Terry McDermott, Graham Souness, all big thinkers. Alan Kennedy, another one, big Jan Balby, he had a vat of beer like that, you know that? He was really loved to drink. Who else? There's the more modern era, there's the Robbie Fowlers, Steve McManaman, Razor Ruddock, all the Spice Boys as well, they were all drinking Ian McManaman, big drinkers. In fact, Phil Neal, surprisingly, we all know Phil Neal. Phil Neal's our most successful player of all our players. If you put all these trophies around him now, all around him here, all his medals as well, just on his own. And you put Stephen Gerrard here with all of his around him, and Jamie Carragher next to Stephen with all the ones that he's won. Even combined, Stephen and Jamie are nothing. They're a laughing stock in comparison to what this man's won on his own for Liverpool. He's won everything. He played in 5 European Cup finals, we've got 5 Champions League finals, and won 4 of them for us. Won 4 for us. 4 European Cups, scored in 3 of those finals. Astonishing. In fact, he's the only British player still to this day to win 4 European Cups with one club. I don't think anyone is ever going to do that ever again. But he's here, he's ours, it's brilliant. He's got loads of records. Played 417 games in a row as well. 417 matches every minute of every game consistently. Didn't miss 1 minute for 8 years he was on the pitch. He's probably playing more than that's right. So it's what Mr. Bean. And he's always, here's one thing about Phil, he's always pointing at you and saying something really nice but with an aggressive tone. That's a nice couch! I like it! Where'd you get it from? I like it, he's very scary. But lovely. He says lovely things. Do you know how to take it? But he's lovely! Right? Yeah, but he's obviously very successful. And the reason he was so successful, the reason I bring him up is because, and he's told me this himself, that the reason he was so successful is because before the game at Anfield, at the Players' Lounge, he was in the Players' Lounge drinking whiskey before every home game that he was here. Every game, whiskey before every match, which is astonishing. So he was out there drunk. Right, yeah. That's what he did. He had broken bones in the pitch, didn't he? That's how we done it. There's the secret. So, you know, tell the kids. Tell the kids. Whiskey's what you want. Old boundary wall which used to be here up until very recently. Okay? So the wall was here, and if you imagine again the old main stand, this was the car park for the main stand. The main stand itself was a lot tighter, a lot thinner into the pitch. So here at the car park, the players would park the cars up to the wall here, and the number would be emblazoned on the wall as well, so you knew where the space was. So on this side of the wall were rows and rows of houses going right back. Now many years ago there were no houses there, that was farmland. Right, owned by 2 brothers. And that's where the land divide was still there before the wall. So this side was the farm, and on this side was Everton. As it was known, Everton football ran back in those days. And the major shareholder of Everton, John Holding, and the 2 brothers, the farmers, they were best friends. Very, very close friends, but they lost their friendship. And the reason for that was because, and this is true, when Everton were playing their games here for those 8 years, all the sheep and the cattle, all the agriculture basically would walk from the farm and go onto the pitch during Everton's games. There's nothing to stop them just walking on. So Everton were playing on the pitch with animals around them all the time on the pitch. This high profile League Division 1 football. And that's like today, Jordan Henderson passing the ball to Roberto Firmino, and then, you know, like a sheep flicking it on. That's what's going on back in the day. So the wall was built to separate the two, and to stop that from happening again. And during that dispute, you know, John Holding and the farmers, they lost their friendship during that, which is very sad. But we knocked that wall down. We had to, the first thing to go during the redevelopment, but they've still got every brick of that wall as well. We're going to build something with that. So we keep going with the new wall of land. I don't know what we're going to build. I don't know, probably a big sheep, I don't know, a big red sheep, huge. And that's what that land represents. So we kept it. All this wood as well from the old main stand, all this wood. We keep the old wood in it. Yeah, that's it. Not as hazardous.
No. Just watch your foot in as we do go down, because the stairs are different sizes. Because we kept the old part of the main stand and built on top. So the stairs are actually different sizes going down, so just manage the footing.
Come on, though. This way.
Nice now. Do me bloody food. Yeah, this bit, yeah.
This is the pitch. Ah.
You can risk it if you want to. Sit down. No. It's up to you. This one here is the manager's seat. That's where Jurgen Klopp sits. Up there. He never sits down. This is where Jurgen will be. Jurgen will be here, right on the edge. Technical area. He always risks it. He's always there. Sometimes he'll just move down there for some reason. Or he'll run down there. He just loves to run.
He loves to break his glasses too. To get them.
And we laugh it up.
Donate something to charity every time he does that.
He's still got one pair, he said. He's got one pair that he's broken that he's going to give to us as well.
Nice.
Oh yeah, this is AstroTurf, yeah. The AstroTurf begins here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely. Yeah.
As you can see, we're set up for the rugby. Anyone know the reason why we call the cop? Why we call the cop? Anyone know? No? Ah, you're close. Spion cop. Why is it called Spion cop? I don't know, we don't just asking you, don't you? At the end of the talk, thank you and good night. No, the reason it's called the Spion cop is because of the Boer War, which was developing in South Africa. Between the years 1900 and 1901, there was a battle drawn at war called the Battle of Spion Kop. And Spion Kop translates in Dutch Afrikaans as spike hill or vantage point. And that's exactly what that battleground was. It was a large hill, a huge mound. And back in those days, that's what we had here as well. Very similar to the battleground itself. There was no roof back then, no seats, obviously, no concrete, nothing, just air. That's all it was. And around about 300 men that stood on our hill went to that hill, to that battle in South Africa and lost their lives. So with their memory, you get a picture of this end of the stadium for them. That's officially the reason why it's called Kop. Thank you. So if anyone comes up with a pub quiz, you owe me a pint. Alright? There's the truth. Must be on Kop. But we're not the only club, in fact, not even the first club to have a Kop. The first club in the world to do that, what we've done, there's a team called Woolwich, who then became Woolwich Arsenal, who then became Arsenal, who then became terrible. They are awful. They are. So, 12,500 people now, goes back 76 rows, the biggest unobstructed viewing terrace in British football, still to this day, which we're very proud of. So we're the biggest in Great Britain here at its time, and the third biggest in Europe of its time, next door to it there, holding hands almost. So only the Bernabeu, Real Madrid and the new camp Barcelona are bigger than this. Only those three. And this is the biggest in the British side. It's huge. In fact, it's not even the capacity that makes it so big, probably the area, the mass of that stand that goes right the way back. Very, very deep stand. So what do you call that as well? Oh, I know. Scary. It's like a personal cost as well.
It's not that bad up there.
No, it's not. I've been at the very back of the very top there. It's fine.
You still get the great view.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like an eagle.
On a match day, I work up there. That's where I am on a match day, I work up there. So it's not that bad.
I mean, 12,500 here. It's still big, obviously, as you can see. It is the biggest in Great Britain. But back in its day, when this was a standing course, this would hold, on average, I mean, only on average, around 28,000 people just here. In the same space, 28,000 average. There was many times those numbers would massively supersede even that. They go up to 36,000 people here. So we're used to it. 36,000 just where you are now, all crammed into like that, all pinned in. In fact, there was so much pressure from the sides and from the front of you and behind you, your feet were hoisted up from the ground. You were never on the ground with the whole, ever. You were front ever, lifted up in the air. That's why I was always swung back and forth, like a human tiger way, do you? Everyone's just like that. You got no control over where you're going to be, where you're going to go. The crowd dictates where you're going to be, where your journey will be. You can start with a kick-off up by the old boys' pedals, as I said, back left of your shoulder. By the time the game's finished, you'll be down there somewhere, right down front, on the other side. Yes, just go on a journey all day. All day. You're going to know 10 of your friends, you're losing in 5 minutes. Yeah. You fall in love like 5 times. It's not like you can do, you can see them. Oh, she's beautiful. Look, I could never shut you fucking off. It's impossible. Never. You can never do it. It was famous for many reasons. And again, because of that pressure, people used to fake on the clock as well, all the time. And if you did fake on the clock, what we used to do is shout man over, pick you up, and then crowd surf you down like a rock concert. So it happened here years before Glastonbury even begun. It was happening here a decade before that. I mean, if you faked the back of this stand, by the time you reach the bottom here, that's about 8 seconds. That's 25 miles an hour. We move you. You are moving. If you're in our right line here, we move you on, we want to see you. Everyone, never, moves you on. Then you build to build to build. We're all the way down here. Slap to a big thick white wall, not really on that. And then I'm going to get the top. That's one thing, it's all the inside. So you have a top, it's all very close. So you can't think about this. 36,000 people here. How many toilets were there? 2. There's one there, one there, and one just here. 36,000 people.
Unofficially.
36,000.
Programs,
What can you do if you need the toilet here? You either get, you can't judge them. Let's go. Sorry kids, cover your ears, but this is football education you get now. Because you queue for 6 hours to get in. You can't go to the toilet then because you need as much as you do. When you get in, you're here for at least 4.5 hours because it takes that long to get here and out. 4.5 hours. So if I go looking forward to the old top, zoom in on the faces, because you'll see what's on the toilet right off. I'm not speaking on the platform, because we had to. You still see relieved. It's all seated now, it's all different. And the reason for that, of course, is because we have the series of stadium. Disasters all across Europe. It's not from the 70s. All across the board, in fact. Thinking about the American Heart Reserve as well. Also got the Argos Field Stadium, Ikut Stadium. Of course, and it's then deemed unsafe because of outstanding premises. And a very famous judge at the time, Lord Justice Taylor, filed a Taylor report, and he said every within 5 years, we've got to become a wall seeker, health and safety reasons. Yeah, of course we do, yeah. The only time we sit down is a non-threatening throw-in. That's the only time we do it. But to throw in there or goalkeeper will sit down. As soon as that starts to develop, you'll see it's lift up again. So, are we all suitably freezing cold now? We'll go get warm very shortly. Has anyone got any final questions before we do? Anything about what's over or not even mentioned at all? Any questions at all?
FIFA had a meeting yesterday with
Nee, this is the music. This is the Championship Cup.
There we go after 3 games, 1, 2, 3. And then the final one, what do you like?
Very special shit. This is the guy that could go all hard. I had the penalty to ruin the dream. We're forcing to run an 80 goal line and we happened to beat them on penalties, but he actually asked me in extra time if he could swap shit with me, which was a very flattering moment for myself.
Yes. The collection of that because it is t-shirt.
This is obviously the big one. This is
No, this is not.
Nice in Istanbul.
This is
Just thinking back now to the guys I was playing on, who was like on top of this medal, all the hard work when I was a kid. It was never at one point to go for it again.
This is the collection. Beckham, Owen, DPR, Hart, Matteo, Bergkamp, Casillas, Guardiola, Luver, Suarez with the Barcelona shirt, Drogba, Perry, Left Blue, Marquisio, Company, Pele, Darikovic, Rooney, Russia.
You're going to the penalties, you're looking at the standard of play that they've got, and still you're thinking your dreams are going to be shattered here. It wasn't until that, for CJ's getting us the touch